What if I told you your doctor could stop a heart attack weeks before it even happens? It sounds like something straight out of science fiction, right? Well, today we're diving into a technology that's making that a reality. It's a technology that could completely flip how we think about medicine, moving away from just treating sickness to actually preventing it in the first place.
I mean, just let that sink in for a second. We're not talking about a small improvement here. This is a complete rewrite of how we deal with our own health. It's the difference between, scrambling to put out a fire versus making sure that fire never, ever starts. And that's the incredible future we're going to explore. Okay, so to really get a grip on where we're headed, we've got to take a hard look at where we are right now. And honestly, our current medical system, it's built on a model that's basically just waiting for things to go wrong. It's a system designed for emergencies, not for keeping you healthy from the get-go. Right now, what we have is basically sick care. Think about it. We wait for a symptom, a cough, a weird pain, something that feels off, and then we react. It's exactly like ignoring your car until that check engine light is already on and blinking frantically. What we're talking about moving toward is actual health care, something that's constantly proactively working to keep you well and spotting trouble way, way before you'd ever feel a thing. So the big question is, how do we make that massive leap? How do we get from here to there? Well, the answer comes down to one single, incredibly powerful idea. This is the engine that's going to drive that whole shift from reactive to proactive. Let's get into it. All right, so this tool is called a digital twin. And yeah, I know, it sounds like something straight out of a Hollywood blockbuster. But in reality, it's this deeply personal piece of tech that could honestly become the most important health advocate you'll ever have.
And let's be super clear about what this is. We're not just talking about some digital folder with your medical records in it. No. Your digital twin is a living simulation of you. It's constantly learning, it's adapting, it's changing every single day, just like you do. It is, for all intents and purposes, a virtual you mirroring everything that's going on inside your body. So, you're probably wondering, how on earth do you build something like this? Well, it all comes down to three main pillars. First up, you've got genomics. That's your unique DNA blueprint, right? The stuff that tells the story of your predispositions and what you might be at risk for. Second, there's real-time data. This is the constant stream of info from things like your smartwatch, your heart rate, your sleep patterns, your activity levels. And the third piece, the real brain of the operation, is artificial intelligence. The AI is what takes all this messy, complicated data and synthesizes it, finding patterns that no human doctor could ever spot to build that living, breathing model of you.
And this is really the crucial difference. Think about your annual checkup. That's like a single snapshot, right? One photo from one day out of the entire year. Your digital twin, that's the whole movie. It's a continuous film of your health, capturing every tiny, subtle change, every trend over time. Okay, and this is where it gets absolutely mind-blowing. Because the real magic here isn't just seeing what's happening in your body right now. The true power is in predicting what's going to happen next.
So what the twin does is, first, it figures out your personal baseline, what's normal for you specifically, and then it just watches, constantly. It's looking for these tiny, almost invisible shifts away from your normal. These are like the first whispers of a potential illness, signals that our current medical system is completely, totally deaf to. Okay, let's make this real. Imagine your digital twin starts noticing these super subtle changes in your heart rhythm and your blood pressure. It then cross-references that with your genetic risk factors and boom! It calculates an 85% probability that you're going to develop a significant arterial blockage in the next few months. Not right now, but down the road. I mean, that is absolutely game-changing information to have. So here's what happens next. The AI flags that risk, your doctor gets an alert, not some frantic emergency call, but a calm, predictive warning. This gives you the chance to take preemptive action. Maybe it's a small tweak to your diet, maybe it's a new medication. And just like that, a future crisis, a potentially deadly heart attack, is just averted. It simply never happens.
And look, this is so much bigger than just heart attacks. The potential here stretches across pretty much every single field of medicine you can think of. It's like a fundamental upgrade to our entire diagnostic toolkit. Just think about the possibilities. For oncology, it means catching cancer not when it's a tumor, but it's its very first molecular signal. For chronic stuff, like diabetes, it means getting personalized, real-time advice on how that sandwich you just ate is affecting your body specifically. We could even completely change how we develop new drugs, running safe, super-fast clinical trials on thousands of digital twins first. It's incredible. Now, as amazing as all this sounds, we have to pull back for a second and be realistic. This kind of incredible power, well, it brings with it some pretty huge challenges that we absolutely have to figure out.
And it really all boils down to this one central question. We are talking about creating the most detailed, the most intimate data set about a person that has ever existed. So who gets access to this virtual you? Who controls it? These questions point to three massive hurdles we have to clear. First, data privacy and security. How do you protect this profoundly personal data from being misused or hacked? Second, there's algorithmic bias. If the AI is only trained on data from one demographic, will it be less accurate for others? You could actually make health inequality even worse. And finally, you have to think about the psychological side of it. What does it do to a person to live with a constant stream of forecast about their future health? But even with these very real hurdles, the momentum here feels, well, it feels kind of inevitable. All the pieces are falling into place. The genomics, the wearables, the AI. So it's not really a question of if this is going to happen. It's a question of when and how we do it right.
Because at its core, this is the ultimate expression of personalized medicine. It's the beginning of the end for the one-size-fits-all approach. We're talking about a new era where every single medical decision can be perfectly tailored to your unique body.
There's this great analogy. For more than a century, the stethoscope has been the symbol of a doctor's ability to listen to the body's inner workings. The digital twin, it's poised to become the next great symbol. It's a tool that lets us go beyond just listening and allows us to actually understand, to simulate, and ultimately to predict. And that really brings us back to the final critical question that we all have to ask ourselves. The technology offers this incredible promise, right? A longer, healthier life. But the price of admission is our most private, intimate data. That's the trade-off on the table. And it's a conversation that every single one of us needs to be having.